the best, worst podcast you've ever heard. And now, The Ronnie and Bo Show, brought to you by Prescott Realty.
It's the Ronnie and Bo Show, brought to you by Prescott Realty at PrescottRealty.com or 928-851-4500, where they are specialists in their field. If you're looking to buy your home for the first time, you need to contact first-time home buyer specialist Kylie Elliott. If you'd like to build a custom home on a custom lot, contact Richard Hanna. They are specialists at what they do at PrescottRealty.com. John Rocha with new construction and existing construction, buying and selling. You need to talk to Lorinda Johnson. The fine folks at Prescott Realty can help you. 928-851-4500. 2 offices to serve in downtown Prescott and Williamson Valley. We are so lucky that comedian Rocky LaPorte is nice enough to spend time to talk to us.
I know. This is like a dream come true.
Thanks for being here. How are you?
Hey, guys, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing great. We are so excited that you're coming to Bronson's House of Comedy Thursday through Sunday. You're doing a lot of shows here, man.
Yeah, and I like coming down there, man. I got a nice little following, and the people treat me great down there in Arizona, you know?
Well, Rocky, you probably became famous on Last Comic Standing. Would that be accurate?
You know
were you
what?
working before that?
Oh, yeah, I've been doing it 30 years, and
Okay.
Last Comic Standing was only about maybe 4 years ago. It was a nice shot in the arm, you know. Back in the day, I did a lot of, do you remember Evening at the Improv?
Yeah.
Comic Strip Live, like all those shows. Like there were a ton of cable shows out when comedy was, you know, booming, like in the late 80s and 90s. And, you know, I got a little bit of exposure there. And then I did a Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and I got a standing ovation. And then I did a Comedy Central. And then I started doing shows. Every show I did, they went off the air. I did like the Pat Sajak show. And that went off. And I did the Magic Johnson. He had a show on. Do you remember that?
So you were the omen.
Like, oh, man. I thought I was bad luck there for a while. Everything I was going on was going off.
You had a Comedy Central special and a couple Showtime specials also. And what were those like?
Oh, those are great, man. That Comedy Central thing, it got me a lot of fans because they kept rerunning it like
that's nice.
Yeah. And the year I did it, the next year they had a top 100 countdown.
Yeah.
And that year I came in second to Dane Cook, and nobody was going to beat him that year. Remember, that's when MySpace was on, and he had like 1 million followers. MySpace,
and you're still going, and I don't know where Dane Cook is.
There
so
you go.
Good job, Rocky. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm still on MySpace.
So, Rocky, you have a distinctive sounding voice. Do people comment on your voice?
Yeah, sometimes, like, they'll, you know, or they'll say, when I was a kid, I got Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Oh, man.
And then when I got older, then it was, hey, where's Adrian?
Yeah.
And, you know, say, where's Paulie? Like, you know, all that stuff. But,
so, Rocky, this interview is about you, but I'm going to chime in and be a little me monster here. I had a similar thing. My name was Bo. And I got Bo and Luke Duke, the Dukes of Hazzards. I got Bo Derek. Where are your braids, Bo? You're not a 10.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, and then Bo Jackson came into fame, and I was the coolest kid in campus.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So
people always they go, I got a dog named Rocky. They always say that to me, like I'm supposed to be flattered. And then I go, what's your name? She goes, Debbie. And I go, I got one of those little monkeys with the bright red asses named Debbie.
That's great. So where did you grow up, Rocky?
Mostly Chicago. I lived in New York for a while, you know, but we had family there, and I'd go there every summer, and I lived there. But I mostly grew up in the south side of Chicago, and that's my home. And you know,
so are you a Cubs or White Sox fan?
Oh, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, when the Cubs, they beat the Indians in the World Series, you know, like that October.
Right.
Well, 2 months later, the Cleveland Indians, their front office hired me to do their Christmas party. So,
oh man,
this idiot guy that introduces me, he goes, "This next guy's from Chicago." I had 400 people booing me on the way to the stage. I didn't even get to the stage yet, and they're booing me. And I go, "I'm a White Sox fan, you idiots. I was rooting for you guys, you know."
Oh gosh. Well, you've been at it a long time. How did you get into comedy in the first place?
Well, as a kid, my uncle used to be on the radio, actually. We used to listen to my uncle all the time on the radio.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It wasn't really radio. It was like a police scanner,
Yeah.
He was known as the Perp. Did you ever hear of him?
Big role.
Yeah. He was on all the time.
Oh, that's too
So,
good.
Rocky, you grew up in Chicago, went to high school on the south side of Chicago. Was that a tough experience? How was high school for you?
Yeah, I was kind of, I grew up in a kind of a rough neighborhood. I remember my dad, he was, come on, I'm going to show you how to fight. And then he would throw me out of the car in a bad neighborhood,
He's trying to grow you up.
Live or die.
I noticed that every place that writes about you describes you as an everyman or streetwise comic, but maybe you owe that to your dad throwing you out of the car.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got your chops then.
16th Street, Ash Avenue.
Bo was doing a little research on your high school, and so what'd you find out, Bo? It had a weird name or something.
I can't remember, but you went to what was the name of your high school?
Hubbard,
and you probably know this, but nobody else knows this except for me because I'm interested in it. You were named after a fur trader.
Hubbard, I think that guy, right? Gordon Hubbard was a fur trader, right?
I mean, my brother went to Patrick Henry. I mean, he was a patriot. Give me liberty or give me death. You got Lincoln High School. You got Washington High School. Hubbard, you were named after a fur trader? Your school was.
That's quite the legacy.
And I noticed that your mascot was the Greyhounds. I would be surprised that it wasn't something else if you were named after a fur trader.
Oh yeah, like a skinned deer or something.
Yeah,
like that.
That's right, or the beaver pelts or something. I don't know.
You want to know something? One year, our football team was so bad. We had a Greyhound mascot. He ran away. He took. I swear to God, I think he committed suicide. Like our team was that awful.
Did you play sports?
Yeah, I played football, a little baseball, and a lot of football, and I boxed a little bit.
How did you do?
I did okay. I used to do a joke. I said I had 8 fights, and I said I was 0-11. I said they gave me credit for fights I didn't even lose yet.
Oh, man. We're speaking with Rocky LaPorte here, a comedian coming to the Phoenix area at Bronson's this weekend, Thursday through Sunday. Rocky, you were when you were on the Tonight Show. I mean, when Johnny Carson was hosting, it was always a big deal when he'd call you over to the couch. But when you were on the show, you got a standing ovation, and that's not
amazing.
That's not common. I mean, what did that feel like?
It was amazing. Honestly, I didn't know. When I got off the stage, I was walking over to the desk to shake Jay's hand because we were supposed to do panel, but we ran out of time. Like the show was running long. So I had my back to the audience, and Jay he goes, "Turn around, you're getting a standing ovation."
Oh, wow.
I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I was telling people, sit down. I didn't to have that happen on national television. That was such a high. It was just such an amazing feeling,
That is really cool. How far along into your career was that when that happened?
I started in '88.
Okay.
I think that was in 2006, maybe.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is so good. That has to go down in one of the kind of the mental scrapbook moments for you.
Yeah. Well, get this. So the week after that, I had, because you're usually booked 6 months ahead of time,
Yeah.
So the week after that, I had to do this gig they have these fire halls up in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
And it was for a friend of mine. Her parents, it was their 50th wedding anniversary. And, so I get there. I didn't know it was a day gig. So I'm on the airplane and I have sweatpants on and a ball cap. And they're like, come on, these people are waiting for you. And they're all in their 70s. They're 75 years old. They're all older people.
It's the Bluebird special.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is literally 4 days after I did the Tonight Show. And I'm in some lady's basement. She's ironing my shirt, and I'm washing my head in her sink. And I'm like, I was on a Tonight Show last week. They picked me up in a limo. Now I'm in somebody's basement in Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's comedy for you,
hey,
huh?
Rocky, you need to share that story if you haven't already with Tom Dreesen. You're friends with Tom Dreesen, right?
Yeah, he's a Chicago guy.
Yeah, that's right. And Tom told me the story that he appeared on The Tonight Show, and he was a struggling actor and unemployed, and he got a call to be on The Tonight Show, and the day after he was on The Tonight Show, he went down to the unemployment office to continue his claim.
Holy cow!
To continue his claim,
right?
and he's standing there. It was, he worked one night on The Tonight Show, but he still gets to continue his claim, and he's in the unemployment line, and everyone looks. That guy was on The Tonight Show last night. What's he doing here?
Oh, holy cow!
Very similar to your story.
Hear that.
Yeah, no, it's a great story.
So, Rocky, you're from an Italian family and grown up at least primarily in Chicago. What was it like growing up there?
Man, you know what? My neighborhood was so Italian. Like the ice cream truck used to ride around and play Godfather music.
No way.
It was the only place you could buy an ice cream cone and then bet on the Bears.
The same place.
Oh, that's too good. That's too good. Were you a good student in school?
Oh no, I was awful, man. Like I know a lot of comics, but
You're just
I'm not
saying
even
that.
kidding. I'm trying to find my report card. I think it was from 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I had straight F's. Like I
Oh,
failed.
yeah.
How do you flunk lunch? Like all you gotta do is like show up. And like I wanted to put it on Facebook. Like I gotta find this report card.
Yeah.
And they actually passed me. They go, you're on probation, whatever that means. Like, and I don't know if they go, this guy is getting too big for the desk, or we don't want him sitting with these little kids. Like, I don't know why they moved me along, but they did, you know.
Oh man, you're gonna be my boy's role model. If you are already, but hearing that's gonna make their day.
So, Rocky, Ron's got a couple of boys and a girl, and I've got one girl and one boy. You have some kids, right?
Yeah, I got 4 kids, and I have 11 grandkids.
Nice.
Man, so you're tired all the time.
Oh man, yeah. My kids like sex, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, that's. They
gotta learn a safe word at some point.
Yeah, really.
There you go. Hey, do you have an observation on raising boys versus raising girls or anything? Is one easier than the other, or have you noticed anything with these kids?
Well, you know, this actually happened to me a couple of years ago. I took 2 of my grandkids to the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago.
I love that place.
Packed. Yeah, ain't that great?
Yeah.
And it was packed. It was one of those days like everybody was off school, and I'm like, oh, why did I bring them today? You know. And then they were young too. They were maybe like, you know, I don't know, like 4 and 5 or 3 and 4.
Yeah.
They were 2 young ones. And as soon as I said, guys, don't go far, they both took off in opposite directions running. And I know you're not supposed to think like this, but I go, I'm going to chase the skinny one because we can always catch up with the chubby one. Like he's going to be running a little slower, and he's probably going to be by the food court. So that's exactly what. How do you come home with 1 kid? You know what I'm saying? That would have been.
Oh, that's too good.
Oh, that's great. Hey, so you're obviously naturally funny, born funny. Anybody else funny in your family? Where did you get that funny trait from?
You know, my dad was quiet, but he was kind of funny.
Yeah.
He didn't say too much, but when he did, it was kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like it wasn't. My family, they're not a humorous people. You know, like they're pretty. Yeah, serious, but
stoic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what about as far as comedic influences? You have anybody that, I don't know, either from afar or now personally either invested in you or influenced you or meant a lot to you when you were starting out?
I loved Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we were just looking at. I don't know why did that come up. We were just looking at his tombstone.
Epitaphs.
Yeah, and it literally on his tombstone, the tagline said, the epitaph says, "There goes the neighborhood."
That's what he put on his tombstone.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
I told my friend, I said, "Hey, when I die, I want you to put on on the thing that I had a high deductible."
That's a great one.
On my headstone.
Oh man,
That's a
that
great
is
one.
too good.
That's very good.
That's great.
What
Yeah,
type
but I
of
loved I loved all those guys like Carlin and Pryor, like, you know, all the staples, the guys growing up, you know. But I
Yeah.
even liked Cosby before he started
Yeah, seriously.
drugging people.
Yeah.
Pre-drugging Cosby.
Yeah.
My friend goes, hey, they go, how come like Bill, like when he does his show, like he's always sitting down on, in a chair? I go, he's probably tired from dragging all those bodies through the
room. Sits on a bar stool and a mic stand.
Gosh.
Oh, that's great.
That's good.
So how many days are you on the road? I mean, are you away from your family? Do you bring your family with you? How do you do the traveling?
No, I'm out a lot sometimes. The most I was out 40 weeks one year. And that's that's brutal.
That's a long haul.
Yeah, but that's how we ate. That's how I raised my family. But I would try to like work a week and then be home a week and work a week and be home a week. That seemed like it worked best. But sometimes you got to work more. You pay the bills and
the job is definitely the job, and you don't want to badmouth it. But does the road take a toll on you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And your health,
is it tough to stay in shape and stuff?
Yeah, and a lot of guys you eat bad, and then some guys turn to alcohol and drugs, and you get depressed out here when you're. Even Randy Dangerfield said that. He goes, "Your hotel room, it's like a prison cell. Like you could be isolated sometimes. Like say you're in the middle of Iowa, and you don't have a car." And you're going to be eating at a Denny's all week. Well, you're probably going to be in your hotel room like 22 hours a day.
Right.
And then you get out, and then you go on stage, and then you're in the spotlight, and everybody, hey, and then you go back. You go back to the cell. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. That would be tough. Even Leno said that last week. Just being in the basement of this performing arts center. It's this white cinder block room, and he
waiting to come up on stage,
flew in and then got driven in the dark, ends up alone in this cinder block room, comes up on stage, and then leaves in the dark. And because we had asked, have you been here before? He said, I don't know. It all looks the same. So that's got to be a rough go.
We're talking with Rocky LaPorte, who's coming to Bronson's House of Comedy. It's a 16 and over show. He'll be in town Thursday, September 13th, a 7:30 show. Friday for 2 shows. The 7:30 show on Friday, Rocky, is sold out, so congratulations.
Oh, wow. Great, man.
Yeah, good news. And you've got a 9:45 show on Friday and 2 shows on Saturday and a 7 o'clock show on Sunday, September 16th. So we really appreciate you coming into town and sticking around for 3 or 4 days. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, you're welcome. I hope you guys come out. I hope you get a chance to come out to the show. Let me know. We'll book you up.
Yeah, thanks so much. So when you... you got to spend a little time performing for the troops, right, with Drew Carey?
Yeah, over in Iraq.
Yeah,
that was.
Talk to us about that.
That was amazing. Well, the first time I went twice, and the first time I went, it was a short notice. It was like 2 weeks' notice, and I'm like, how the hell am I going to learn Iraqi in 2 weeks? So I got that Rosetta Stone, those books on tape, and boom, knocked it right out.
Awesome. I would die to hear that in your accent too.
We were actually in Tikrit, and we're in Saddam's hometown the first time.
Oh my gosh!
And this was 2 weeks before they caught him.
Wow!
And we're out in a soccer field. We had to wear flak jackets and helmets.
Oh man!
And the whole time there was 5,000 troops out there, and the whole time you just hear gunfire, artillery, like round the clock.
Oh.
And and I go, you think it's bad here? I was just in Detroit for 2 weeks.
You're telling the troops to calm down and just reassuring them, huh?
Yeah. You're having PTSD flashbacks with your dad throwing you out in 3rd grade on the street in Chicago.
So Rocky, were you in the service?
Yeah, I was in the Army for a little while.
Army, okay.
I dropped out of. I was only 16 when I went in.
Okay.
Wow.
And I dropped out of. Yeah, and I went in 1975, and all my drill sergeants, they were all. That's when Nam ended, and all these guys were coming back from Nam.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and when I was in there, I was in there with guys that go, you go to jail or you go in the Army. So that was the crew I was hanging with.
Jeez. Okay, so you
thanks for your service, regardless.
Yeah, that's.
Well, thank you.
That's huge.
Yeah,
both in the Army and then going to perform for the troops. I mean, that's such a blessing and gift to those that are given so much. So thank you.
You're so happy to do it, man. And my dad actually fought World War II, and my son fought in Iraq. My son was a combat engineer over there.
Wow.
So yeah, you love to give. It's so weird. Like Drew, like when we went with Drew Carey, like we would stay till 2 a.m. till we shook every soldier's hand and signed every autograph and took pictures. And those guys were so, like, here's the thing that got me, like, they go, you guys brought us a piece of home and thanks for coming. And we're like, this is nothing. Like, we're only here for 2 weeks. You guys got to stay for a year. You got people shooting at you. Wow. And they were thanking us. I'm like, we're here to thank you guys. Like, they're the ones doing the back work. You know what I mean? That's yeah.
Well, I mean, were you a dock worker for a while?
Yeah.
And I mean, so between that and your time in the Army, and then bombing on stage, which is the worst experience?
Bombing on stage.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Really?
Oh, my God.
That's got to be brutal.
Alone. I remember one time I was opening for Hootie and the Blowfish down in Mississippi, and I didn't even get to the mic, and they're like, "Where's Hootie?" Like, they're booing me out of the gate. Like, I didn't even get to say hi or, shut up, you stupid hillbilly. Yeah. Like, I didn't get to.
Oh gosh, Rocky, what's your take just on just a side note as a comedian? And there's so many that have either lost their life too soon, taken their life, or just kind of the dark side of comedy. What do you feel like is? I mean, somebody that is in that world. What do you think is the link there?
I think most comics are naturally a little bit loners and depressed. I think it just, I don't know why it runs in our lot more than ever.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the road takes a lot out. Like, I think people go, oh, like, if you get to travel all the time, if you don't have to have a schedule or be somewhere, like, like we work late at night and then we get up early and do press, and you're never in your own bed. It's not you feel like you're on the land. I feel like the fugitive. I feel like I'm always on the go,
Yeah, that would get exhausting. Yeah.
I think you need a home. You need a place to, hang your hat. And we don't have that. Our life is on the road,
Right. Yeah, and I can imagine where that I mean, the humor probably what starts as kind of a coping mechanism, then sends you out into the world where it can be pretty isolating.
So we're talking with comedian Rocky LaPorte. I was on your website, RockyLaPorte.com. I noticed that you have you're selling some stuff on your website, man. T-shirts and hats. I know a T-shirt that you're selling.
Oh yeah. One.
It's a good one. You want me?
I got to work out to stay kind of fat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm putting my order in right now.
Got a T-shirt with barbells on front, and the quote says, "I got to work out to kind of stay fat."
Ain't that true though? You could bust your ass, and then you're still you're still 20 pounds overweight.
That's right.
That's too good.
Working to stay even, maybe. Bring it even, maybe.
Yeah.
Rocky,
Rocky, is there anything we could do for you? I mean, as you're heading into town, or anything that you need?
It sounds like
you get
a
big fundraiser for me so I can get off the road.
Okay,
do a GoFundMe page.
That's a deal.
It sounded like he wanted to come over to the house and get a fresh meal. I mean, did you hear him talking about that? Huh?
Yeah, we got to get him out of the prison cell or the hotel room.
Hey, where's a good place to eat over there? Is there a good Italian restaurant?
Yeah, we'll give you the top 2 or 3. We'll find a good spot.
We'll try to find some for you.
Yeah, there are a couple for sure.
You know what's so funny, guys? Like, anybody people do that all the time to me, and I don't ever get offended. They do it to Italians a lot. They go, "Hey, there's a place over here you can get great pasta or pizza or beef sandwiches." But if you went up to like a Chinese guy, go, "Hey, I know where you can get like shrimp fried rice," like, that'd be like, insulting. Or you tell an Irish guy, go, "Hey, they're having a deal on kegs down at the liquor store." You know what I'm saying?
The best corned beef you've ever had.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I wonder why that is, man. I don't know. Maybe it's passion. Maybe it's because the zest of life or something. Food is so much better. In Italian food is so much better, don't you think?
Oh yeah. But people just seem to do that to us for some reason.
That is
like
funny. Great observation.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just tell you where to eat.
Yeah.
But if you did that to any other nationality, I think they would get offended. Don't you think?
I think so.
I do.
I think so.
Hey, lastly, you on your on your webpage, RockyLaPorte.com, I see that you got a little testimonial section there. And if you click on the testimonial section, it'll say like, "Oh, Rocky was so funny. He came and talked to our group," or there's testimonials.
Hang on there, Rocky. Bo's going somewhere with this.
You don't like this? No, this is. I'm giving him a great suggestion.
Okay.
And maybe and maybe don't let him know, but maybe we can get a plug on his webpage. So we would like
absolutely.
So we would like to give you a testimony to put on your page. Now, here's the deal: you're coming into the Phoenix area. It's going to be about 110 in the daytime. Okay, and when you come on around 7 o'clock, it'll probably down to 108. And so I think that you should say, Rocky LaPorte, the hottest show in Scottsdale tonight. Could we give you that testimony?
It's going to be untrue on so many levels.
Literally and figuratively, right?
Yeah.
I'll say Ronnie and Bo told me to wear a Speedo.
Bo's wearing one right now, so it's okay.
Who said it?
I think I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Who said it? There's no bad press as long as you get the name right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
Well, Rocky, thanks for taking some time out of your busy day and meeting with Ronnie and Bo, and we really appreciate you. And
you got such a. I mean, you're one of the funniest guys out there.
Naturally funny.
I mean, thanks, seriously, man. But just thanks for being so generous and kind, too, with your time. That goes a long way. So
you're
appreciate
welcome,
that
guys.
so much.
Yeah, we really love you, and we're big fans of yours, and we are so happy for the success that you've had over the last 2 or 3 decades, and we're excited that you're coming to Bronson's in Scottsdale for a long weekend. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, and you guys want tickets, let me know. I'll hook you up. Okay?
All right.
We'd
Sounds
love to come by and see you and
we
shake
would
your
love
hand,
that.
man.
That'd be super good.
Right.
Thank you so much,
guys.
Rocky. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, man.
How cool was that? What a great guy. It's Rocky LaPorte. It's Ronnie and Bo, brought to you by Prescott Realty. Their phone number is 928-851-4500. You can get more details by logging onto the website at PrescottRealty.com. The banner for Prescott Realty is also on our website at RonnieandBoShow.com. 2 offices to serve, downtown Prescott and Williamson Valley. It's Prescott Realty in the Prescott area since 1991.
Thanks for listening to The Ronnie and Bo Show, available on your favorite podcast provider. Please connect with The Ronnie and Bo Show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and RonnieandBoShow.com. Send comments to RonnieandBoShow@gmail.com. This is your announcer speaking. I'm Shotgun Tom Kelly.